Hey, what's going on, guys? Alex Death Reaper here. Let me minimize this League of Legends. So, guys, I finally got a screen recorder program right over here. It's called Camtasia Studio 7. I don't want to tell you how I got it because it's not a good example of things. But anyways, guys, I had a great idea today at work while I was working. It's going to be a new type of show. And the show is going to be called Diablo 3 Forums. So, Diablo 3 Forum Talk, maybe. There we go. Okay, so essentially what I'm going to do, this is just an idea, I'm going to talk to you guys about it today to see if you guys think it's a good idea. We're going to go to the Diablo 3 website, right? And we're going to talk about things on here, now that I have this sweet screen recorder. So, if I just looked up Diablo 3, you can go to blizzard.com/Diablo 3. Down at the bottom, you can click on the World of Sanctuary, and here we have the website, which is being a little slow right now. I think the lag is because of the screen recorder with the creepy music. But guys, this is essentially where you could get all the updates of the game. I mean, it's super easy to go to, or you could watch my videos, whatever. You can do whatever you want. But what I would do, for this show is I would go and I would talk about, 2 or 3 different things on here, maybe talk about the rune stones or the crafting, which is actually a very interesting concept I think you guys should check out. We'd go there. If you click on community up here at the top, it brings you to the community page, and you can go to the forums. So the forums go to this page. So this is the forums for Diablo 3. And what I wanted to talk about is I would go through here and we would pick, a certain thread that has a lot of attention. And we would talk about what's going on, and I would tell you guys what I think, yada, yada, yada. So, just for an example, let's go through today, and I've been clicking on these two. Here's one, 2-minute cooldowns, what else? This is a thread started by a guy named CyberDragon. It has a Blizzard response, which is always a good thread to read. So if we look at it, CyberDragon says, and this is me quoting, so maybe I'll do another voice. So, Bash recently said that the Barbarian has 2-minute cooldowns on his top tier skills. I personally have no problems with this. I think that it will greatly help people create more viable builds than stacking all of your points into the last tiers of skills and making the about 17 other skills useless. However, I was wondering about the other classes in their top tiers. Will all of them have cooldowns to prevent spamming of these skills, or would there be other factors that help prevent this? Other than somebody extremely resource heavy, what other options can they put in there to help promote build diversity? DiabloFans.com. So, alright, that's actually a good question. I found this very interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know that there's going to be 2-minute cooldowns on some skills. That is freaking long! 2 minutes? That is 120 seconds. Like, the only type of cooldowns I've seen that is when I play League of Legends and you want to teleport somewhere, you have to wait 2 freaking minutes. I don't know if that's the exact time. But anyways, guys, this is completely different from Diablo 2. Because as we all know, and through the walkthrough when we're playing Diablo 2, here it is, Lord of Destruction, you couldn't do that. You could not spam, you couldn't, no, wait, what am I trying to say? They didn't have long cooldowns. You could just sit there and spam your skills, and, you wouldn't have no worries. So let's go ahead and read what other people said. Daventry23 says, I found it amusing all the no-skill players crying that they can't spam one spell all game. It wasn't fun in D2. It's not fun in any other game. I want lots of skills to use. I don't care if Meteor or Blizzard have 3-minute cooldowns. They should. I'm pro cooldowns because that means we're getting a good, balanced product. And skills that don't have high cooldowns could be channeling. Example, Blizzard/Whirlwind, draining Arcane or Fury the longer you hold, and have runes that affect the drainage of your source. So guys, what do you think about that one? Daventry23, he's pro these long cooldowns, which means he wants them. Good balanced product. I have to say, despite his goofy ass voice, he has a point. I think that Blizzard, Whirlwind, all those big spells should cost maybe a little bit extra, and then also have a longer cooldown. That way, it adds a little bit more diversity to the game, like he says. It also adds difficulty. You need to have some skill other than literally like playing Diablo 2, you could press, one button and watch TV for 5 minutes and go back and be like, oh, Mephisto's dead. Yay, we did it. Yay, let's do it again. Like, that's not fun. It really isn't fun. So I think it's a good idea. Let's go ahead and find, we're going to go find the Blizzard post. Here we go. Okay, so Bashiok, the Blizzard poster. Bashiok's, I guess he's like the main guy right now for Diablo 3 on the forums. Probably one of the developers. Sounds like an important dude. He has this really cool little icon thingy. It's like flash, flash. Bashiok says, well, let's not get too caught up on still pre-beta balancing. A lot can and probably will change, but the moral of the story for all class skills is that as you move toward the higher level skills, is that there's either progressively longer cooldowns, resource costs, or both, and that's indicative of the power and effect of the skill. So he's saying, all right, guys, I'm not like promising you anything, and I'm not, verifying anything, but what I will say is that as you gain higher level skills, you will have longer cooldowns, resource costs, or both, depending on the power of the skill. So you have really strong, big, awesome spells, like your final one, kaboom! You can't spam that. And I think it's good because Blizzard, this way, what they're doing is making it to that you can use all those skills that you started off as. Because in Diablo 2, you didn't want to put a bunch of points into any of those skills because it's like, I'm never going to use those. I'm going to end up using Mabatibas, and I'm going to end up using, Hurricane and Volcano or whatever. I don't know all the names of the spells. But you'd be using the big ones at the end, basically. And that's it. That's all you do. That's all that would happen. Danny's too. He agrees. He says this: spamming is boring. Pretty simple math. I don't know if that's math. Anyways. So, I don't know, guys. What do you think? Go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and post this URL, post this link at the bottom of this video in the description box so you can check it out. You can read it yourself. Earlier I read through a few of the pages. They have actually some, pretty good conversations on here. So let's go back to the main page. Let's just do one more. Here's one that I found. This one is titled TPs Are Back. Yes, yes, yes. TPs is also known as town portals, and I was very intrigued when I read this title. I was like, okay, either this dude is trolling, or town portals are actually really back. Because some of you may not know this, but in the original design for Diablo, town portals were not going to be a part of the game. So the reason being is because they didn't want people just going back and forth. Like, you could fight a boss, and you could totally not be ready to kill this boss. You can peck at him and then go to town, be safe, get full health, get full items, whatever, revive your guy, and go back in. And you guys, if you watched my walkthrough, you saw me do that quite a bit. Town portals did make the game a lot easier. But this guy says, everybody dance now. Boom, boom. Oh, wait, I gotta do this in my voice. Everybody dance now. Boom, 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 boom. http www.diablofans.com. Anyways, I'm going to go to that URL. It says, also, how do I find the Diablo 3 Barbarian build? I want to know the cooldown on Whirlwind. Anyway, stupid. Alright, so this is the link. Portal's still in. It's on diablofans.com. And I was reading this, and it says, it was during Gamescom last year that we officially learned that town portals were being completely removed from Diablo 3. It goes on to say why, yada, 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 that they were planning on using waypoints instead. So here's an official Blizzard quote. It says, we've always been trying to see if we can create a better system than town portals, making waypoints the main travel back to town mechanic. But it's looking like it's just simply more fun and a quality of life nicety to be able to jump back to town from anywhere, even if waypoints are all over the place. Plus, it's not really that hard to avoid the few pitfalls that town portals in Diablo 2 had. Also, I never said that you can just use them anywhere, anytime, as much as you want. So, interesting. Interesting. So here it's hinting that town portals are going to come back to the game, but they're going to have a new mechanic. You can't just pop one anywhere you are. Maybe there's a... I don't know. I have no idea. My imagination sucks. So, I don't know. Think about it. What do you guys think? Here's another Blizzard quote. There is actually a mechanic that allows you to jump from town, one way, to any other player in the game. That's really cool. So let's say you want to get in the same server as your friends. You get in there, and you're like, where the heck is everybody? And they're like, oh, we're over here. So you got to go to your waypoint, then you got to walk there. Whereas now, you can just jump from the town straight to that player. I think that's a really cool idea. The last two quotes of Blizzard officials say, we haven't had those for a while, although we do have another mechanic to sell items while out and about, which is good, because town portals in Diablo 2 were used. I'm just going to go back to town, sell my shiz, and come back. I actually used to do that a lot with you guys. But now there's going to be a new mechanic. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's a different scroll. And then the last one says, we'll be developing the game up until release, and then likely will after. Cool. So they're pretty much saying there's still a bunch of stuff changing, yada, yada, yada. Anyways, guys, that's interesting. Town portals. So, guys, that's pretty much what I'm going to do for this new show. Tell me what you think. Today is definitely a lot longer than what they will be, because I'm explaining things to you. But that's what I'll do. Maybe we'll talk about the forums. We'll talk about some popular posts on there, or we'll even just go ahead and talk about some of the systems of the game. Any big updates. So let me know what you guys think. Alex Death Reaper, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't yet. Join my page of awesomeness. Hey, really quick before I go, guys, does anybody know how to log into the forums on Battle.net for Diablo 3 specifically? Because over here it says the gateway. I know I'm in the US West. Is this like Diablo 2 information? So like my account, like, is that Alex Death Reaper? Is that like my character name? And then my password and CD key? Is that my Diablo 2 CD key? Do I gotta find that? Guys, let me know. That way I can get in the forums and talk. If not, not a big deal, because I can still read and view them and talk about them with you guys, which is awesome. But yeah, guys, that's it for today. Let me know what you think. I'll probably make maybe 2 or 3 of these a week. They're pretty easy to make. And I'll see you guys later. Peace!